my assortment of eclectic, 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 ASMR, 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 eclectic ASMR featuring my hair. Where is that? Come on, hello, where is it? Okay, oh well now it's over. You know what? Embrace imperfection. So now there are going to be a few of you looking at that the entire video as I bobble my head back and forth. So I'm back. I'm back, but not better, but back. So essentially I have had a sore throat for the better part of a week. I don't know if it's been quite a week. Well, this is a Tuesday night that I'm filming on, so probably, I would say a good week. Now, at least, that I've been sick. I think I already said that. But anyway, I need this hand free. But anyway, yes, I was sick. I was like, on Wednesday of last week, I decided to work through it, because it was not bad on Wednesday morning. Bad idea. Bad idea, because on Wednesday night it was not good. It was a pounding headache, and then it was a pounding headache, and then it was sneezing, and then it was just a whole bunch of stuff. So sorry, I don't know why my computer screen just starts like give me a second. I apologize for that. My computer like settled in a weird way, and then it slipped, and then there was an earthquake. But anyway, and not a real earthquake, but just like a laptop earthquake, and it's still kind of happening. But anyway, yes, it went from like pounding headache, sore throat, sniffles to sneezes, and now finally it's finishing up. I started feeling better on Sunday. Then yesterday was fine, and now today I'm feeling fine. It's just that my voice hasn't come back. I think that's going around where there's a lot of people who are like have been sick, but their voices haven't returned. And that's me. So, anyway, I'm back, and I'm doing the Q&A. I thought I would just end the timeline on the Q&A and just do the Q&A, because when I tell you that the response was like overwhelmingly amazing, it was overwhelmingly amazing. Like, I never expected to get this much of a response, and it's really nice to see that I have. So I thought, like, I'm coming back after like a little self-imposed break, and I'm actually really proud of myself. I think I managed a full, if not 31 days, then at least 30 days straight of ASMR posting, which was my goal before. So I don't know, maybe it'll be the case that I do like a week off at some point, like over the course of like 30 days on and then 5 days off. Anyway, whatever. This is the stuff that I think about, but it's nice to be back to like my favorite hobby, my favorite online hobby, I guess I should say. Just to kind of be back at it. So, just keeping in the spirit of things. Sorry, there's like a hair in my nose. There we go. Just keeping in the spirit of taking care of myself. I am back in my bed, bedtime lo-fi ASMR style. I thought about doing the Q&A with like the mic in the setup where I'm over there in my room, but I don't know, this just feels right to do right now, so I'm probably going to do a few more bedtime lo-fis, just to keep myself, like, just to be gentle with myself. So, Q&A time. I've been very excited to do this because there was, like I said, overwhelming response. It felt so nice to be that recognized. Gosh, this computer screen is not. It felt nice to be that recognized. And I wrote down all of my questions in this little notepad that my grandma got me, just as a gift. Like, versatile and it's great. I don't know, like it's just toast is awesome. I also really like French fries, like any fries, honestly. I go for pretty much. Costco fries are the best fries, by the way. You can fight me on that. I love Costco fries. I love Costco food in general. Like, the Costco membership is a blessing simply so that I can get gas and food. Cheap gas and food. And then, I would say, like, the best thing I've eaten for a very, very long time, though, that I would order, like, over and over and over again, though, is probably, it sounds weird because I never thought I'd like it as much as I do, sushi. My best friend and she and I decided one day, this is years ago, to go out for sushi because neither her or I had tried it. This damn hair. I know, embrace imperfection and all that. There we go. There. Okay, I'm embracing imperfection by making it huge and noticeable. Anyway, she and I decided one day we're gonna go out for sushi. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see how we like it. And she and I both love it. She's my sushi friend. And we went to this restaurant downtown that has this little, it's like a pressed sushi with not a seared salmon. Like, it still has the texture of like sushi grade salmon, but it's just really, really good. It's like charred on top or something like that, and it's like this pressed little square piece of sushi. Wonderful. I could eat that quite a bit. Do I live in a warm or cold climate? Both. I live in a province called Alberta. For anybody living in the United States, we have provinces, not states, and Alberta is like out. It's the second most province. It's the second most western province that we have, and it's on the northern border of Montana. And depending on the day, depending on the year that we're having, sometimes summer can get up to like 35 degrees. Sometimes it can stay like hovering around 20 for most of the year in the summer. And yeah, during winter, like this winter for example, we've had positive Celsius temperatures for like basically all winter, which is wild, by the way. Like, anybody who denies climate change, come live where I live. But we've had years where we've gotten down to like the low is like minus 40. I remember when I first moved here, I was in like grade 5, and that was one winter where they set like a record for temperature on one of the days, like the low temperatures, and we hit minus 40, and that was like rough. And we've had like, I think January, February of 2020 were the same thing with wind chill here, and then I think January of 2019 is when we had a minus 40, like a good week hovering around the minus 40 Celsius range. How old am I? I'm 25. And you can, well, no, I guess I haven't said it before, but my birthday is within the amount of time that I've started uploading content again, so you can have fun figuring out when my birthday actually is. Do I have any pets? No, not at the moment. We unfortunately had to say goodbye to my dog. She had a lot of health issues, and really, it was the right thing to do. Doesn't make it any less hard, but she's not in pain anymore. I'll say that much, which I'm very happy for. Her name was Bailey, and she was wonderful. I loved her so much. And like over the past 9 years or so, I've also had betta fish, like on and off. And I love my betta fish. I don't know, they're just easy to take care of, and they're like pretty, so we get them every now and again. But we are currently petless right now, and when I say we, it gets into another question. Do I live on my own? I do not. I live with my mom, and it was an arrangement that was going to be, well, just for the pandemic. Like whenever the time of the pandemic was going to end, this is back when I was like, well, easily be able to move out. And that didn't end up happening because all of a sudden we had to go into lockdown. And then lockdown, like, it looked like it would last until September of 2020 or something like that. And that didn't happen. And now that I'm, like, contributing to the house financially, it's like, why would I move out? And she's of the same opinion. She's like, well, why would you move out when we've got something good going on here? And that is essentially the reason why I'm still here. She and I have found a good way to, like, balance things and split things, which is nice. I'm very lucky. And the reason why we don't have a pet currently, like a dog or a cat, well, we're both allergic to cats. I love cats, but I'm allergic and I feel terrible. But I can't have one. I'm hoping that, I don't know, a pill comes out one day where I cannot be allergic. But the reason why we don't have a dog is just because we're waiting until we're in a place financially where we can support a dog. We were able to in the past with Bailey's health issues, but with like our current standing right now, we want to sort of develop a little bit of a nest egg just to make sure that, like, we are easily able to provide a comfortable life for a dog, because I don't want to bring another little life into our world without making sure that we can take care of it. Do I want kids? Yes, 100% I want kids. That is, like, it's not the ultimate life goal, but it's close. Like, I want children one day. I want to nurture a little human being. I want to show a little human being that it's okay to be who they are, that it's okay to, like, exist as a human and just, like, nurture them and grow them into a functional, respectful person. And I don't know, it's something that I ache for, kind of. And do I travel much? I don't travel much. I have in the past, but just with, like, both my mom and I are in a position where it was not smart for us to travel, considering COVID and all that stuff. And we're still sort of overcoming that, that apprehension, even though now it's kind of like, well, COVID is over, but for people with certain health conditions, COVID is not over. Or at least the apprehension surrounding it is not over. So there's a lot of things that I would rather, all of our family is here, thank goodness, and there's a lot of things that I'd rather pour my resources into than traveling at the moment, but I do want to travel at some point in the future, and of course, when I travel, it will likely be fully masked up, hand sanitizer and all that, because that's just kind of the person I am now. And then dream place to travel, there's a lot of them, but Tokyo, or just Japan in general, Tokyo, Reykjavik, Berlin, Tallinn, I mean, Kathmandu, just, like, I want to visit a lot of different countries on Earth. I'd love to go to Bhutan one day as well. The world is just such a beautiful place, and I think I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't see it. But I have traveled before. I've gone to Cuba. I've gone to Palm Springs. I've gone to San Francisco. I love San Francisco. If I could live in a place in the U.S., it would either be San Francisco or Seattle. The only thing is the expense, and then also the health insurance. I'm not trying to be mean, but, like, I don't ever want to live in the U.S. if there's not, like, a guarantee of health insurance. I'm sorry. So, that is the first round of questions I'll go into. The next question, this one is from Emma Wade, 28. When did I first discover ASMR, and who are a few of my favorite ASMR artists? I remember the exact day that I first watched an ASMR video, and then I started listening to ASMR more consistently after that. It was the ASMR Darling. This was in like 2018 or something. 18? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it would be 2018. This is it. So 2018, I watched the ASMR Darling 100 triggers in 100 minutes or something like that, or else it was like a subscriber special or something like that. But and I remember when I first clicked on it, I was like, oh, this is a trend, let's see what's going on. And I was like really intrigued, so then I kept watching it and I kept watching it, and it was pretty much exclusively as ASMR Darling. And then it was PJ Dreams. ASMR Darling and PJ Dreams were like the two original ASMR artists that I would listen to. I still listen to PJ Dreams today. ASMR Darling less so, not because I dislike her content, just because I found content that I'm more drawn towards in general. And then around like then I saw Maddie's impersonating Cardi B, saying tingly, tingly, tingly video. That was like the point in time where I was like, okay, I think I've found my little niche. And then I kept watching Matt's, and then I watched Matt's repeating lower lash line video. Lower lash line, lower lash line, lower lash line, and that was kind of it. I was fully hooked. And then some of my favorite ASMR artists to this day, of course, Matt's ASMR. I never shut up about Matt's ASMR because she's fantastic. Rach ASMR, another one that I never shut up about because she's like wonderful. She's amazing. Her voice is like so unique and so perfect for ASMR. PJ Dreams I still listen to. Trinity J. I love Trinity J. Trinity J ASMR I think is like I know she has got a great following, but she's I think one of the most underrated ASMR artists in the community at this moment, just because, I don't know, she's got a perfect voice, she's got a perfect like energy about her. She also says, this is like something that always makes me so happy, she, like, as part of her intro, she goes, hey girls, hey girls, hey girls, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hey girls, hi guys, and everybody in between, everybody in between. That little everybody in between, makes me smile. I love it. And then I love ASMR Slay. Slay, 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 slay. And her perfect mix of like fast and aggressive, but also like perfectly tingly. I love Anura. Anura is such a sweetheart. Anura Jubilee Whispers. She's my go-to focus ASMR artist because I love putting I used to, well, and I still do, I put on video game Let's Plays in the background when I want to focus on something. Excuse me. I put video game Let's Plays on in the background if I want to focus down on something, and Jubilee Whispers combines video games and ASMR, which is like a match made in heaven. I love Josie B. Josie B is awesome. And Latte ASMR. Latte ASMR, if you're looking for production quality, if you're looking for drama, if you're looking for excitement, Latte has it all. A Latte video is always a production, and it's always so perfect. The roleplay is perfect, her voice is perfect. Wonderful. Go look at these creators. Go watch these creators. They're wonderful. Okay, I'm going to do, sorry, I'm not, oh my goodness, my hair. I'm all over the place. Okay, the next question is from Molly Mouse 4303, and I've kind of broken the question up into three. What is my favorite topic to learn about currently? Currently, the schools of thought and like the ways of thinking and the questions that philosophy asks. So I'm definitely a student of philosophy. That kind of was sparked by Henry David Thoreau, that video that I read the first, like an excerpt from his book. I think that's a wonderful book. He's got a few kooky ideas, but you kind of start to learn how to read philosophy in a way. So that for sure is something that I'm interested in learning about. Also, Abigail Thorne of Philosophy Tube here on YouTube is wonderful. Fantastic creator. I've been watching her stuff for years. But I've started getting a new appreciation for it with my newfound appreciation for philosophy. So go watch Philosophy Tube, Abigail Thorne. That's her project. A non-ASMR topic that I know a lot about, history and theater. My major and my minor were social studies and drama, so basically history, political science, and drama, theater. I love history. I find it to be like this giant grand story that I can read and learn from. And now, with a newfound passion for philosophy, it kind of like I can bring that stuff in, and it's just really all so interesting to me, so that for sure. And then any out of the ordinary interests, I'd say the most rare interest I have is stargazing. Like I have dedicated binoculars for stargazing that I use to look up at the night sky. But that's not necessarily out of the ordinary. Neither are my other interests, like gardening, video games, reading. None of those are really like too out of the ordinary, but there are some ways in which I go about them in kind of weird ways. Like, for example, gardening. Every spring, well, every May is when like our growing season reliably starts and we stop getting frost, generally on a normal year. But every May I put together planters, and normally people would just put like things of the same color, things that grow well together in, and that's that. But what I end up doing is I end up developing like a full artistic theme for all of them. Like, for example, this year my theme was environments, so I was trying to create like the vibe of an environment in a planter box, and they went so well this year. But when I try to describe this to people, they kind of look at me like, okay, you're going a bit far with it. And I am going a bit far with it, but it's art. I swear to God, it's art. So that is like how I would consider myself out of the ordinary. The next questions are from Riri Peep. Riri Peep, who is another mainstay of my comment section. Thank you. What is my main hobby? I would say throughout my life, video games is probably the answer that I would give. But lately I would say plants, gardening, house plants, all that kind of stuff. That kind of just what everything, like I've got a lot of house plants now, so that's kind of what everything comes back to, and I enjoy that. Like, I love taking care of them. But video games are definitely a very, very close second. The next question is, do I have anything that that's like a pick-me-up? And I do. If I'm not feeling like particularly good, or if I'm not feeling happy or anything like that, I do definitely try to acknowledge and validate those feelings within myself. But what I'll generally end up doing is I'll generally end up taking like a bath or a shower or something like that. Just because like in the bath or in the shower, it's like that's what I'm focusing on. That is 10 to 15 to 20, 30 minutes of time where I'm just existing. I'm just me. music is a lot like this channel. Eclectic, 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 eclectic. If somebody were to tell me the genre of music that I like, I would like to see them try. Like, honestly, I would like to see somebody try to summarize my music, because it definitely leans heavy on, like, pop music and electronic music, but then I'm also somebody who really likes, like, Noah Kahan and Hosier and stuff like that, and more alternative music as well, like indie music, kind of. So it's all over the place, but for sure, my favorite artist of all time is Aurora. Aurora, all caps. She is fantastic. The way that most people know who Aurora is because she was the voice in Into the Unknown on the Frozen 2 soundtrack, and I struggle to find a song on her discography that I don't like. She's wonderful. She's my favorite musical artist of all time, hands down, like, no questions asked. I'm also a huge fan of Joji. I don't know much about Joji, mostly because I've gotten into him within the last year or two. His album Nectar is like, it was my top album of 2021. I love that album so much. And like I said, I don't know much about Joji, but I love that album. Speaking of good albums, I absolutely love Renaissance by Beyonce. That's the best album of 2022, but also of all time. Maybe, at least in my opinion. I love Elderbrook. Also, Elderbrook is kind of like the artist that not a lot of people know about, that I cannot get enough of. Elderbrook, like I said, Hosier, Noah Kahan, Mowgli, Moglii, they're a German group I really love. And then this kind of segues into the next question. If I had a theme song for my life, what would it be? And it would definitely be Queendom by Aurora. It follows me everywhere. It's with me every second of the way. I absolutely love that song. Hands down. Queendom by Aurora, my favorite song of all time. For all time. The next one, I've kind of switched up the order. Who do I look up to? And I would say that I definitely look up to, like, a lot of people in my own life. Like there's a woman that I used to work with at Starbucks, who's still my friend, that she's just like the perfect friend in terms of, like, I can go to her, I can ask her things. She lives her life in a way that I would love to live my life. And I love a lot about her outlook and all that kind of stuff, so definitely her. And then in the public sphere, I really, really, really look up to, well, on YouTube, I definitely look up to Abigail Thorne of PhilosophyTube. I think there's just a charisma there and a creativity there that I strive for, that I would be, that I am sort of jealous of, so I really look up to her. And then on a more celebrity level, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, of course, because she's got such a good head on her shoulders. And then more locally, for me at least, there's an MLA, member of the Legislative Assembly, not for our federal government, but for our provincial government, she's not my representative, but I wish she was, named Janice Irwin, who's a transgender MLA. Wonderful. Perfect. She's, like, her activism is so inspiring, and just the fact that she's, like, out and very active in the community and a very vocal advocate just makes my heart feel nice. I don't know. For sure, she's awesome. And then Riri Peep asked this question, but also Howl Pendragon 146 asked this question, another regular in my comments section. But you both asked what my favorite TV show or series is. Absolutely, my favorite TV show of all time is Jeopardy! I'm a nerd. I'm sorry. Jeopardy! I love The Housewives. I love a good trash reality TV show. Sophia6782, who, like, thank you so much for all of these questions. I was gonna end up using a 20 questions thing from Google just to see if I needed any extra questions, and you made that so that I don't have to, so thank you. So 1, do I play an instrument? I don't play like a traditional instrument, but I was in choir and I love to sing, so my voice is 100% my instrument. My favorite ASMR trigger, whispering. It's kind of lame and a catch-all, but I just love a good whisper. Like if somebody has a good whisper, I'm out like a light, and I love a good hand movement or two. I love a good hand movement. Matt's does like the best hand movements. I also love Trinity J's hand movements when she does a hand movement focused video. Least favorite trigger. I wouldn't say there's any one trigger that I'm like, get it out of here, but the one trigger that I do find not annoying, but the one trigger that I just don't really, like, I don't care about it, like I could do without it, is when people do the tongue clicking, like it just doesn't do it for me. I just can't get on board, and honestly, if there's a video where there's a lot of that, I am inclined to click out of that video, but no hate to anybody who does it, no hate to anybody who likes it. It's just not for me. Dream place to travel, I already went over that. Jewelry. Do I wear any jewelry? I don't, actually. It's a sensory thing. Bracelets and watches make me itch. Same thing with necklaces and rings. I fidget with too much, to the point where I start digging it into my finger, and it just gets so irritated. The sad thing is that I absolutely love jewelry. I love beadwork. I love all that. Earrings would probably be the one thing that would work for me, but I would end up fidgeting with them also. Actually, I should get an earring now that I think about it. Anyway, but I would definitely be a silver person. I love silver. I love the moon. I love like stuff like that. Tungsten is a very nice looking mineral to me. I don't know. Something about silver just I like. My favorite movie, Barbie. 100% Barbie. It's a cliche answer, but that movie was perfect. Close second would be Hidden Figures, and a close third would be Oppenheimer. I loved Oppenheimer. It was like way too long, but I loved that. Anyway, my go-to restaurant order, there's a pasta place just down the street from me that, well, I'm in a neighborhood, but it's like when I get onto the main road, it's just up the street, so it's like a 3-minute drive. I order a gnocchi in rosé from them. Wonderful. It's perfect. It's really good when I'm coming home from work and I just need something quick. Contest. Have I ever won a contest? I haven't. I'm the kind of person who applies for stuff and then just completely forgets. Let's see. Am I an indoor or an outdoor person? I would say equal. When I'm going out with people, I prefer to be indoors just because it's a more controlled environment, and I get very hot very easily, but I love the outdoors as well. I would say, if anything, I'm more of a homebody. I like staying close to home. I like staying to familiar places, but indoor or outdoor, I'm not really that picky, although I probably do end up spending more time indoors. Let's see, night or day person. I'm going to be annoying and say sunrise and sunset. I love a good sunset, but sunrise is my absolute favorite time of day. I love waking up early morning. Starbucks did that to me, and watching a sunrise. I just absolutely love it. It makes my heart feel full. My previous job, I worked at a Starbucks, and that I loved my job at Starbucks. I fell out of love with it because of the corporate side of things, but I loved my time at Starbucks. My favorite holiday, New Year's. It's kind of a weird one. I know some people are like, whatever about New Year's. I just like celebrating that changeover of like the year, like it's a fresh start kind of thing. This is also coming from the person who celebrates the day that we moved into our house as a holiday, so that kind of gives you a window into my soul. Let's see, where do I like to I could spend way too much money at Indigo if I let myself. Do I have any siblings? No, I don't. I'm an only child. And I don't feel either way about being an only child, but it is kind of fun, just from the perspective of somebody who's never had siblings. Does my family know that I do ASMR? They do not. They do not yet. I'm sure I'll tell them at some point, but it's just kind of been so new that I haven't told them at this point. They shouldn't have a problem with it, and if they do, like, tough luck. What do I love to do with my friends? Honestly, as long as it's with my friends, I can do pretty much anything. I'll try anything new when I'm around friends. I just love being with them. Like, generally we go out places to eat. Most of my friends are still my Starbucks people, so I loved working with them. I love going out to the bar with them. They got me going to the gay bar, and that kind of never stopped. Then what's my favorite meal to cook? Anything pasta. What I generally end up doing is I end up putting out a saucepan, and I put in like a tomato sauce or whatever kind of sauce I want to use, and then I put in shrimp, scallops, and then I'll cook the pasta, and then I'll put the pasta in with the sauce that I'm cooking in the saucepan, and that's so versatile that you can basically do anything with it, and it's easy and quick.